Fish?
No, this guy, what was his name? It's an unusual name. But he was an artist at the turn of the 20th century, and he just did these beautiful, like, full-page newspaper strips that were just gorgeous about this kid who was living in this dream world. And, there's a Nintendo game inspired by it. But look up sometime, look up Little Nemo, the Dream Master. There's a new graphic novel recently about it and stuff. I mean, it's in the style of the original. What was his name? Like Windsor McKay, I think.
I'll certainly give the originals the credit for art.
It's beautiful. It's beautifully drawn. It's a wonderfully imagined world.
Oh, and you know what?
Windsor McKay. Yeah.
Just as I'm watching the stream now, like I was hoping you would find the original Japanese Doki Doki.
Yeah, no, I can't.
He was looking. We don't have it. I think it's pretty rare.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody has it.
Oh, I'm with you. I like the Super Mario Brothers 2 still.
Yeah, this game's crap.
I like it.
What? Maybe you're crap. You ever think about that?
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
I think of that all the time.
There you go. You leave Super Mario Brothers 2 alone. They know what's up. You can pick up mushrooms and shit. It's great.
You're supposed to jump on mushrooms, not pick them up. This game is all backwards.
You jump on them, pick them up, and you know what you do? You throw them. That's right. Look at that shit you can throw.
This game was a cash grab.
Yep. Well, technically it was not a cash grab. It was a last-minute scramble. Like Karen said, the original Super Mario Brothers 3, which is referred to now as the Lost Levels in any American release. The original Super Mario Bros. 2, thank you, was deemed too difficult for American audiences. And so then they needed to slap together a Super Mario Brothers game.
On its own merits, I mean, yes, it's nothing like the rest of the franchise. Yeah. But on its own merits, I don't think it's a bad game.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not.
It's not a bad game. No, and you know, the Shy Guy is one of my favorite Mario Brothers character of all time.
And some of these characters have found their way into other, like the Bob-ombs have certainly gone on.
Sure.
Yep. Bob-ombs, Shy Guys, yeah, no, there's a bunch of stuff from this game, but it's still a fun game. But I don't want to call it a cash grab. It's more of an insult to American audiences than anything, but but I don't know if it's a cash grab.
That said, the Lost Level does get ridiculously hard.
By the way, it gets ridiculously hard.
Isn't it kind of the other way around now? Don't they tend to release easier versions of games in Japan? Isn't it flipped?
I have no idea. I do not live in Japan.
That's true.
I don't pay that much attention to games released in Japan. That's right, Dongy Gong. We have not seen Wart. The main villain of Super Mario Bros. 2 is Wart the Frog. And we have not seen Wart show up in any other Mario franchise since.
Birdo was pretty cool.
Birdo's around though, like Birdo, you can be Birdo in Super Mario Kart, you know.
Yep.
Okay.
But Wart is not around. That's interesting.
You don't really see the Mouser either.
The Mouser was in the cartoon though. Was Wart in the cartoon?
See, I liked sleeping in on Saturday mornings, so I never really
Oh man.
to sleep.
I woke up extra early just to watch more cartoons.
Yeah, I tried, but then I'd fall back asleep.
Like, I considered it my job to wake up extra early on Saturday morning just so I could watch more cartoons.
I used to be good at this. You get the timing down after a while.
Thank you, Oh Bother. That was a lovely little cartoon that you linked to.
How about this guy? Does he show up anywhere else?
No.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. You can ride on a.
I don't think they have. I guess you can call those things relatives of Shy Guys, though. I don't know. I don't recall seeing that mask that chases you around ever again.
Oh, that creepy ass mask. Well, yeah, and basically, like the guy on the carpet is like Lakuto, you know.
You don't see the mask anymore, but the ghosts in Super Mario Brothers 3, where you turn your back on them and they follow you, are the same concept.
Ooh, sure. I'm with you. This is the part I always like loved and was so confused by as a kid, like going into the pot, and then as soon as you go inside, it's a giant pot.
It's
Really?
It's like the TARDIS.
It's the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside, and I loved. I both loved that and was terribly like.
Oh, you see, you know how I always thought of it?
Huh.
Like the pipes in the first one. I thought you were just underground. I thought the vases just led to an
Yeah,
underground
that's
cavern.
what I thought too.
Oh, sure. And, you know, I guess I took it too literally, where it's just like you're going in a pot, but the pot's way bigger when you're inside. How
Well,
neat.
Looking at it, I'm assuming you're right, Jack. I'm assuming that's what they meant. But still,
Yeah, I always just thought they were entranceways.
Oh. Isn't that fun?
No, there's those birds that are carrying things. I thought they were carrying keys. It took me a while to figure out you could go into the pots, and I was trying to find ways to get the keys from the birds, and it was an enormous source of frustration. Because you can't. Believe me, if you could, I'd have done it.
Oh, I strip searched those birds a dozen times. I've seen things on those birds that no person should see.
so Luigi's your go-to character, right?
Yeah, I like Luigi. Although, for
Everybody.
like the ice stages, the princess is kind of useful, because she can hover.
Oh, so you're all about who's most efficient, not which character you like.
Yes. Yes, like I never play as Toad, and I never play as Mario. It's one of the two, the other two. Shit.
What did Toad do?
He picks up and throws things fast.
About, yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, was never useful.
Where is it?
The only people to play as is Luigi or Peach, because they can both jump higher or longer.
Yeah.
Even Mario made no sense in this game.
I play as Mario. I like Mario.
Well, they're like the ones who don't jump as high, they don't lose as much ability to jump when they're holding stuff. They have different advantages, but still, I don't see any reason to play other than this guy who, especially if you hold down and power up his jump like that,
Yeah.
jumps really far.
This guy, you're not even going to say his damn name.
Nope, don't say his name. Don't you dare sully this stream with that asshole's name. Good night, Lucky Strikes. Thank you for coming out.
Good night, person leaving.
And this weird demon bird head thing's kind of interesting too, with the blank white eyes.
Oh God, I don't know if I can describe how creepy like walking into the bird head was as a kid.
I just
You
saw
know,
it as a door.
Oh sure, like
Fancy
it's
door.
it is a fancy door, but it's a creepy door, don't you think? It's a bird head, and you walk into its mouth.
Yeah, but I never saw it like a real bird. I saw it just like a fancy carving.
I just felt like a real bird.
I saw it like a real bird, yeah.
Nah, I never did. I saw it like a sphinxy kind of thing.
Sphinxy?
Sphinxy?
What do you want me to say?
Sphinxy. I've never heard it sphinxy. I like that. Oh yes, we have the Sphinx. We have the Sphinx, and we will sell the Sphinx for 7 shillings. Yeah. Oh, yes, S. Joe. We all know the ending to Super Mario Brothers 2. So, by the way, spoiler alert.
Well, we don't all know.
Spoiler alert to a 30-year-old game.
Spoiler alert to a 30-year-old game. I'm about to discuss the ending to Super Mario Brothers 2. And now. So, in the end of the game, you defeat Wart, and as it turns out, the entire game was Mario's dream. Which is why
Oh my god.
it was so different than all the other Mario games. You know, like they thought about that, but that was literally the most tacked on ending you could ever ask for, because it was just a different game to begin with. Because again, this was not a Mario game. This was a different game that they slapped a Mario skin on, which is fine.
They couldn't make it canon. For all that matters in Super Mario Brothers,
Yes.
they couldn't make it canon. It's just a dream.
It's like it's technically canon, but it's not real canon. Like Shy Guys are real, and they were part of Mario's dream because they're real, I guess.
And this was a different world. I forget what it was called. This Dream Kingdom.
Probably the Dream Kingdom.
Was it the Land of Dreams? Right.
No, it had some other name. Fuck.
Hold on, I'll Google. You know what? I'll Google it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Google Mario 2. Boom.
Metcon.
So
or
what
something.
does it say about Mario that he dreams of shy guys?
He just wants to meet a nice man, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Oh boy, you know, he's plumbing. He's cleaning out shit from people's toilet, and he's like, man, I just want to meet a nice man.
Shy man.
Nice, because, you know, he doesn't want a man who's full of himself, you know? And that princess, she's all up in her own ass, offering cake to be saved. She don't give no shit about Mario. Where's the story? Gameplay? Plot? Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess Toadstool must free the dreamland known as Subcon
Subcon.
from a villainous frog.
Subconscious. Oh, groan.
Subcon.
Groan. Groan.
You don't like that?
Well, I think she was upset she fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's...
Well, or that. Nice. Subcon. And the plot to Doki Doki Panic is, while two children are reading a story, a monstrous hand suddenly appears from inside the pages and kidnaps them. When the rest of the family hears their cries for help, they jump into the story to save them.
Okay.
Wowzer.
Why did you put that there? I would blow him up.
Alright.
I think you'll waste all your bombs.
Doesn't matter. You're not don't worry about wasting bombs on it. He'll blow it up for you.
All right.
What? Who?
Trying to
What?
blow things up.
Blow things up. You
Blow
gotta get
things
the
up.
you gotta get the mouse to blow up the wall. Then you can go in the wall, and then you gotta throw the bombs back at the mouse to blow up the mouse. It's a
Well, blow the
whole
mouse now.
yeah. You gotta blow up the mouse now. It's a whole anti-Disney message. It's really deep. Get the mouse.
Oh no, you're doomed. You can do it. You can do it. No, don't grab that bomb.
Rich, you're not being helpful.
I'm plenty hopeful.
You're just not being helpful. Get that
Oh,
mouse.
that was an adorable little fit you just threw. You like punched your cute little knee. Just went.
Oh my god, they're being adorable. By the way, oh bother, you're right. That is one cool mouse. I mean, he has sunglasses.
He is.
Also, they're
What
saying
do-
you can catch the bombs.
I know, I did.
Like you're picking them after the fact. They're saying like catch them
I was.
in midair.
They bounced, yeah. No, I wasn't picking them up after the fact. Bouncing in my arms.
Oh, see, I'm sorry.
I think
Sorry I
what-
ruined your life.
I think what Karen's trying to say, Rich, is settle down. Because that's what you need to do.
I know what I'm doing.
Back off.
She's way up on it. She's way up beyond it.
That was 3, isn't it?
You kind of missed twice.
She's way up on.
You kind of missed twice.
He squeaks.
Gas, like a... There it goes. I always like that music. And I like the way the bricks are kind of like fake shiny.
Yeah. No, this whole thing is great. The mouse is great. Throwing the bombs, great. Playing that little bit of Super Mario Bros. 1 reminds me of how kind of lame the boss fights are
Well, yeah.
in Super Mario Bros. 1. You know, like the levels are super fun, and of course that's the meat of the game is the platforming.
They only had one boss fight.
Exactly. Over and over again.
Do you know how big Super Mario Brothers is?
No,
51 kilobytes.
I don't know. I mean,
That's very
No.
small.
That's
Yeah,
like
well,
think like the old floppy disks, not the big ones, but you know the 3.5 inch or whatever.
yeah.
Most of those were 1.44 megabytes.
I'm not. The rest of the Super Mario Brothers makes up for how lame the boss fights were, but that's all I'm saying is in Super Mario Brothers 2, you get a little more to do with the bosses than run up and jump on an axe.
Yeah.
You got to
Three as
catch
well.
bombs. Oh, yeah, 3 is very different. But the leap from Super Mario Brothers 1 to 2.
I don't know. 1 is super fast paced. 2 was kind of plotting.
Plotting?
It's a bit plotting. It's a bit slower. It's not. The focus isn't so much on running through the levels. It's digging up things and picking up things.
All right,
I want to
I'm
run
with you.
around and jump in a Mario game.
Yes. Well, it's because this is not necessarily a platformer. Super
Right.
Mario Brothers is a platformer. This is not a platformer. The Rising Sun wants to know, Rich.
Yeah.
Rich, do you know who James Wan is?
James Wan? No.
James Wan is a film director. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. He is the person who directed the Saw movies.
Oh, okay. I have not seen any of them, so
He directed Insidious,
I've
The
not seen it.
Conjuring.
Not seen it.
He directed
I
Furious
tend to avoid horror
7.
movies, so
Right. He also directed Insidious Chapter 2 and The Conjuring 2.
I saw Insidious too. I like horror movies. Rich doesn't, but I do.
yeah.
Well, and I will speak. I will always speak highly of the first Saw movie. I thought that was fun. That was a fun, low-budget horror movie. James Wan has recently been announced as the director of the Aquaman movie.
Well, that's
Odd.
different.
Most recently, he directed Furious 7.
Is Aquaman gonna have to cut his own hand off?
I believe actually that is how it happens in modern day canon. Is like his hand is trapped and he needs to cut it off like 28 hours later or whatever that's called. But I haven't seen any of James Wan's recent movies, but given that he has given the names and what I assume about what he has made, I can only imagine that Aquaman is going to be an utterly dull piece of garbage.
It looks like Kool-Aid.
I think it does, but I still groaned. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares about Aquaman. I don't think that's going to change just because who's directing the movie.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I care about Aquaman.
That's not true. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself and to us, Karen, and I don't appreciate that.
Jack has a point.
There's absolutely no one who cares about Aquaman.
There's something wrong about getting a horror director to direct a superhero film. I mean, DC. I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck is up with DC?
What are they doing, man? They don't
What
even know.
are they fucking doing?
It's great. It's, you know what, the only exciting part about it is like DC is turned into the wild card. You know, they don't even know what they're doing, and that's kind of exciting.
That was weird. You threw and caught your own turtle shell.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was weird. I think it's given James Wan's propensity to direct sequels and his willingness to direct visionless pieces, I think it's a perfect choice for DC, who wants control over their properties with no one to tell them no, and he's going to direct exactly the movie that DC wants him to direct, and that's fine. I think that's fine.
I don't care so much. It's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to care less.
Great.
It's not happening.
Sure. Do you have, I mean, who gives a fuck about Aquaman?
Aquaman.
I mean, real people. Is there any real person who actually reads Aquaman or cares about Aquaman?
It's an interesting premise.
Is it?
Is it? Thank you, Rich.
I'd read it, maybe. I don't know. Consider it.
I don't know.
Namor's more interesting because Namor's just blatantly an asshole, and that's fun. Namor's perfectly fine with destroying the surface world.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Or do you think they'll go that route where they're like, you know, he's dark now and he wants to destroy the surface dwellers?
Who came first, Namor or Aquaman?
I will Google it.
Because Namor's not one of the 60s Stan Lee creations. Namor's a lot older. So Namor actually might predate Aquaman.
I'm looking it up. Aquaman's first appearance was in November 1941.
Okay. That's Aquaman, 41.
Namor.
Hurt.
Okay, ready for this?
Yeah.
Namor, 1939.
Ah!
Namor the Submariner is 2 years older than Aquaman. Boom.
Point.
Boom. Fucking boom. 1939. Jesus Christ.
They've been making comics for a long time.
They've been making comics for a long time.
What are you trying to do with them? Just get them out of the way.
His first appearance was in the comic publication Motion Picture Funnies Weekly. What was that noise? And how do you make it again? Because that was wonderful.
I know if you can find one of those comic books, you've got a fortune on your hands.
Oh, I'm sure.
There might be no known copies of that one, to the best of my knowledge. Snarf.
Snarf,
Snarf.
Okay, Jack. What
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
think
okay.
of Thundercats?
I don't give a fuck.
Rich hates it.
I hate Thundercats.
And I like it.
They're stupid. Lion-O was the lamest character of all time. They're so
But
fucking...
Mumra is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I shouldn't be rooting for the villains to win because I think the heroes are so lame.
Yeah, I never got Thundercats. I'm sorry, Karen. I can't be with you on this.
I like the writing.
I never understood. Besides, like, the Thundercats are the good guys and Mumra's the bad guy, I never understood why they were fighting. You know, like He-Man is pretty lame, but like he had a whole town that he was protecting or whatever. I got that. I never understood Thundercats. Why were they fighting against Mumra?
Because he wanted to, like, rule the world or something? I don't know. But I remember loving the show.
You know,
It had some rather imaginative plots.
Sure. I never got it. Wasn't my shtick.
I was an R-rated kid. I like the toys a lot more of a lot of 80s properties more so than I love the cartoons. Like the He-Man cartoon. Hate the He-Man cartoon. Love the He-Man toys.
I just like Orko.
I wanted to see Prince Adam get kicked in the nuts because he's
Prince
such
Adam did suck.
such a fucking pussy. Prince Adam. I hate Prince Adam.
Well, wasn't
But
that
I love the He-Man toys.
wasn't that his shtick though, Rich? Well, like, wasn't he supposed to be the pussy
I
just so
don't care.
He-Man could be the hero?
I couldn't root for him. I was so annoyed by him. I couldn't root for him.
Oh,
I mean, come on,
So-
Skeletor was awesome.
G.I. Joe, I love the comic books. The comic books had a body count. I
did
mean,
they?
they weren't afraid to murder people. They didn't use laser guns in the comics. They used fucking machine guns.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never read the G.I. Joe comics.
Cobra Commander was an actual threat.
I like when he turned into a snake. That was cool.
That's a cartoon. That's some cartoon bullshit. Comic book Cobra Commander was a disgruntled used car salesman who over time built up his own terrorist network in the middle of America. And it's so much more interesting than he was a snake man. The comic books had snake eyes, a man with a ninja soldier with a melted face.
Mhm.
The cartoons had Duke.
Cartoons with Snake Eyes.
Oh yeah, he was in like 3 episodes.
Jay and Flint and...
Flint? You mean Duke with a black shirt?
whatever.
Yeah.
He was like one of the main things.
Right.
Mess it up a bit.
Gotta stretch. Gotta keep moving, Rich.
Yep.
Gotta keep moving.
I need to save up for a new back.
That's what we're doing. Saving up for a new back.
That's the next purchase. We're doing.
Yep. We're foregoing the Steam box because a new back will be slightly cheaper. Agooey. That's what they call a zinger, aye. That was a bad joke, and I accept that was a bad joke, and I said it anyway because I thought it was funny. Because sometimes I think bad jokes are funny.
Nobody ever talked about the Wheeled Warriors. They're a forgotten 80s property.
The Wheel Warriors?
They drove cars with like giant saws mounted on their hoods and laser
There are
guns
lots
and
of
claws.
forgotten 80s properties. How about Denver the Last Dinosaur?
Forgotten for a reason.
Well, yeah.
Dino saucers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember any of these things.
Oh, that's because we're a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
You are. You're slightly older than I am. Yeah, I suppose I
was really young when Jason the Wheeled Warriors was a thing. So.
my era was more the 90s.
Also, as far as R-rated children stuff, I always preferred the comic book Ninja Turtles to the cartoon Ninja Turtles when I was a kid.
Sure. I've never read the comic book Ninja Turtles.
They defeat the Shredder. Leonardo decapitates him.
Jesus!
In an epic one-on-one duel. It's probably my favorite comic book ever.
Oh, sure.
They're fighting on the top of an exploding building.
That's great. I wonder if I can get the trade. Is there? I'm sure there's.
I have just about all of them. Actually, I'm kind of upset. I discovered recently that I'm missing one of my old Turtles volumes. So I'm missing like a whole chunk of issues. I used to have them all though.
Missing like you used to have it, and it's
Yes.
lost in shuffle.
Haven't read it all the time when I was younger, and I went to dig it out recently just to revisit the Turtles. And I can't fucking find it.
Well, I know I don't have that.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you would.
That's actually really terrible. That is really terrible. I recently we went to the library the other day, and just sitting there in the DVD rack was the Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh yeah.
Grabbed it. I grabbed it, and I watched it because it was a chance to watch it for free.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. Just terrible.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, and of course, everyone
Oh.
knows it's terrible. But it's so much worse than you would think it would be. I mean, it wasn't like Amazing Spider-Man bad, but it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
How can you title a movie after the people who we don't meet until an hour into the movie?
I don't care. The answer is I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want. And I guess I don't want to care to be into it that much, but it was just one of those things where yes, it was bad.
The cartoon show they're airing now for the Turtles on Nickelodeon, it's pretty
great.
quality.
Pretty quality. It's great.
Season 1 was high quality.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2, they're trying to sell toys, which, I get it. It's for kids. I get it. But Season 1, pretty fucking awesome.
Season 1 is pretty awesome. We're into season 4 over here.
Are they doing Season 4 yet?
Yeah. Season 4 is out.
I thought they were still airing Season 3.
No, Season 4 is out, and it's fun. It is fun. There was just pizza zombies.
I think that's Season 3.
Oh, and like the way they do it on we've been watching them through Amazon Instant.
Oh, okay.
And they do them through like collections.
Oh.
So maybe that's the problem.
Okay.
But it's fun. Whatever it is, it's fun. And pizza zombies, in which a giant talking pizza gives people pizza faces. It's great. His name is Pizza Face. You know what it is? It's pretty great.
Rich, did you paint the Kenner Han Solo action figure painting in the RLL movie room? No, that was a fan sent us that. I don't know who it was. I don't know off the top of my head. That was something sent in by a fan.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, they did a Han Solo and they did a Greedo.
And they're very nice. They're very well done. Whoever did them.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're on canvas.
Pizza Train. Let's be cool about any sort of spoilers about any sort of thing.
About the 80s movies?
I don't want to mention anything more, but let's be cool, Pizza Train, about any sort of spoilers with any sort of thing. That's all.
Oh, Jack's telling him to be cool.
Yes.
I'm telling Pizza Train to be cool.
Okay. I thought Pizza Train was complaining that you were spoiling like the plot lines of the 1980s movies.
If I were to once again spoil the ending of Super Mario Bros. 2, I would give a spoiler warning.
If
I
you
was
wanna
telling
hear
them.
what-
Oh
Oh no!
no! Ride the thingy up again.
If you want to know what we think of the Big Trouble in Little China remake, just go back and find out what was said about the Total Recall remake, the RoboCop remake, the Thing remake, and you know what we think.
Mm-hmm.
It's utterly pointless.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. There's no reason to remake a movie that already works really, really well. It's a pointless endeavor.
Right.
It's just masturbation.
Hey, Rich.
Masturbation has a point.
First of all, thank you, Karen. Rich, The
Yeah.
Rising Sun has an important question.
Okay.
Rank which is worse, Man of Steel or The Order 1886?
The Order 1886.
I'm going for an extra life and I fall down a hole and die?
That's The Order 1886. You just fall down a hole and die. The Order 1886 lasted 10 times as long.
Basically, yeah.
You know, the Man of Steel is a terrible movie that makes you feel bad about yourself for watching it, but it only lasts 2 hours. The Order 1886 is a terrible game that makes you feel bad for playing it, and it lasts 9 hours. So,
Best of the Worst has taught us that length is the ultimate tiebreaker.
How long do you have to suffer?
Yeah.
yes,
Dinner! Oh.
absolutely.
Oh, I died again. Damn it.
You know why you died? Because you haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road.
That's true. If you had seen
If you
Mad
saw
Max
Mad
Fury
Max
Road,
Fury Road, you'd be so pumped. You'd be just sailing through all this.
you'd be fine.
100 miles an hour.
You'd be totally fine. Maybe you should go see Mad Max Fury Road like right now.
Yeah. So we can go watch it. We can come back and then play some
So
Mario.
We'll just end this stream right here.
End the stream right here and go see.
If in theory, Mad Max, this is a bit late now. If Mad Max were starting at the theater, yes, I would end this stream right now to race to the theater so I could watch Mad Max.
I mean,
Even though technically I'm wearing like pajama bottoms
Well,
and
yeah.
socks.
Well,
No,
you're
do it.
perfectly dressed to go to Walmart, so...
Well, yeah, but movie theater's a bit classier, I think.
You sure?
that's the understatement of the year, Rich.
What if it's like a budget theater? How does that compare to Walmart?
Still 100 times classier.
So Rich said that there's no reason to remake a movie that works. So what would you all be cool with Disney remaking the Star Wars prequels? Let sleeping dogs lie. Just forget about them. I think is the best way to deal with the Star Wars prequels.
Mhm.
I think if you wanted to, quote, remake them, in order to do it so that it worked, it wouldn't even be a remake at that point. You'd just be making 3 other movies that take place before Episode 4. With the amount of changes you would have to do to make those movies entertaining.
Mhm.
There's no point in calling it a remake at that point.
Oh no, and I don't know if you ever saw this, Rich. There's a really fun series of YouTube videos about this guy like making his like theoretical version of the prequels.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun thought piece where he kind of goes through like how he would envision the prequels and how they could still be good movies, and
Yeah.
it's fun. I forget what they're called. Hopefully, someone in the chat will link to them so people can read these because it's a really fun series. But that's the real thing is they won't make those movies. They're done. The prequels are done. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just everybody move on. Move
Everybody
along.
move on. Yep.
Move along.
Move along. Here's an ambiguous question, which might lead to good conversation. Rich,
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is 81 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
Avengers 2 was 141 minutes. Discuss.
Army of Darkness is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a fine movie, Army of Darkness.
You know what? Here's
not
what I'm
as-
going to say too. Avengers 2 was also fun.
It was okay. It wasn't Army of Darkness, at least, with some fun schlock. You had fun skeleton stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers 2, I mean, it's like almost doomed to mediocrity. Yeah, it's decent. It's fine.
Yeah. It is doomed to mediocrity. But here's the thing. Army of Darkness is a classic. Is a wonderful movie.
It's a flawed classic.
It's still it's
but
a
the memorable
classic.
moments are more memorable than the Avengers 2 memorable moments.
100%. Like Army of Darkness will continue on, whereas Avengers 2 will eventually just become part of the Marvel mud pie.
Tony Stark never calls anybody a primitive screwhead.
But here's the thing about Avengers 2, 141 minutes. It does not feel 141 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It moves along at a nice pace. As does Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness moves along at a nice pace. They are both appropriately paced. They're different movies.
You did it. You did it.
What'd you do?
She beat a thing.
Yay! Did you beat that Boider?
The Boido?
Did you beat the Boider? Great. Army of Darkness is more quotable than Avengers 2, and that's my metric. I think that's a fine metric.
That's a fine metric, yes. This is my boomstick!
Well, then by that metric, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of the best movies ever made. Still be.
I think that's a fine argument.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Ghostbusters? Extremely
Ghostbusters?
quotable movie.
It sure is. Somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Absolutely.
I'm terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought. And the way he says it is so deadpan.
Yeah.
I'm terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought.
Oh, I'm trying to remember
That's
the Bill.
Egon! That's
I'm
great!
trying to remember the Bill Murray line at the end where he's just like, "Yes, it's true. This man has no penis." No, I mean, first of all, Ghostbusters is obviously the greatest movie ever made. Everyone knows that. Partly because of its quotable lines, but I mean, Avengers 2 is what it is, and Avengers 2 and Army of Darkness are two very different
Hold on,
movies.
Jeff. By this quote metric, Mikaros is saying, by that metric, the room is fucking fantastic. And you know what? The room is fantastic. I'm sorry.
You only say that because I haven't seen The Room.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
You're not missing anything.
Oh, Karen is not a fan.
Oh, well.
Yeah. This is why
listen.
Karen has never been on Best of the Worst.
Listen, not everyone appreciates bad movies. I will see The Room one of these days.
Name somebody in the chat saying I missed the name. Hold on. God damn it. Name a quote from Ghostbusters 2.
Don't cross the streamers.
Rock LOD.
Oh, wait.
And it's true. Ghostbusters 2 doesn't have the quotes that Ghostbusters 1 does.
Ghostbusters 2 is
I can't think of
not
one.
the movie.
Off the top of my head. Huh?
Ghostbusters 2 is not the movie that Ghostbusters 1 is.
I think that's the point.
Yeah.
But also, dissecting it more, it's not as quotable. So it goes along the line with using movie quotability as a metric for judging the movie.
Agreed. I mean, like any sort of like Vigo stuff, like this is Vigo, the destroyer of worlds. I love that. Whoever that guy is, I just love the voice he does. I'm going to do my best to try to think of a quote from Ghostbusters 2. This is Vigo.
I mean, you might be able to get one or two, but I mean,
Right.
Ghostbusters, you can quote half the goddamn movie.
Absolutely. 100%.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Friday, by the way, you're totally right. Friday is a wonderfully quotable movie. And that's part of it. And really, what we're missing here, as far as like being quotable as being good, is we're missing cause versus effect. It's not good because it's quotable. It's quotable because it's good.
Yeah.
But good dialogue is part of what makes the movie good.
This is what I'm saying. Is the reason it's quotable is because it's good. It's not good because it's quotable. You know, you can't just have a quotable movie. You can't have a movie full of like quirky quips.
And a movie doesn't have to be quotable to be good. I mean, Mad Max Fury Road, I mean, that's only got like 4 lines.
Oh, no. I mean, you know, my endlessly quotable line from Mad Max Fury Road is, ugh.
Well, there's, it's a lovely day, such a lovely day.
Oh, and then there's that time that Mad Max says, ugh.
That's in character. He's a man of few words.
Yes. That was Rich, that was the joke. That was the joke, Rich.
The jokes need to be funny, Jack.
They don't need to be funny. They just need to be told with enthusiasm.
That's not true at all.
Hasn't Dane Cook taught you anything?
Oh, God. Are you from Boston, Jack?
I'm not from Boston.
You're not allowed to like Dane Cook.
He's not. His jokes aren't necessarily good, but he tells them with such enthusiasm.
His jokes aren't necessarily good? You mean like there's some possibility that they might be anything other than awful?
He has some good jokes. Dane Cook has some good jokes.
He does?
Yes.
I haven't heard any yet. I just thought people clapped for him because he was from Boston.
I was at Karen's parents' house and her father was watching a Dane Cook special. I'm just sitting down there with him. The whole special, I just sat there with a blank face.
Mm-hmm.
The audience, of course, is cracking up for some reason, but I'm just like staring at the screen like a zombie, waiting for a joke of some sort.
I've met people who like Dane Cook, but they seem to be the same people who have fond memories of Full House.
First of all,
I'm thinking of the young couple we knew.
First of all, that's an excellent joke, Karen.
It is if you knew the people that we know who like that. Trust me.
No, that's an excellent joke. First of all, Red Dragon.
Oh, did you glitch?
Red Dragon, we're probably not going to any convention. I mean, we're probably not Phoenix. It's probably not going to happen. We don't know anything about any convention. Secondly, Dane Cook does have some decent jokes. Most of them he carries through his performance alone, enthusiasm. But I will defend Dane Cook, not 100%.
Jack.
What?
Just stop while you're ahead.
No, I'm not gonna stop.
Stop while you're ahead.
He has a funny bit about people who shit on coats, and it's great.
Are you serious?
It's great.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
I am. I defend Dane Cook. Not 100%.
Any percent.
Yep, I defend Dane Cook some
You're
percent.
wrong. You're wrong, sir.
No, he's got some decent bits. He's got some decent bits.
What?
And he tells all of his jokes with such an enthusiasm.
So they're bad jokes.
Nah, they're good. He's fine. He's a good performer.
No. Just no.
Nah.
Fuck.
You're a crazy man.
I'm not a crazy man. He's got some good
No,
bits.
you're a crazy man.
He's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. No, and he didn't doohickey. He didn't steal that bit from Dane Cook. In fact, they did a whole thing of it on Louis, where they addressed the situation where they made it very clear that even Dane Cook didn't think that he stole a bit from him. They just both happened to tell a joke about scratching your asshole. That's just something that
I don't
happened.
care if he's stealing jokes or not. He's
Oh, no,
not funny.
That
the
was-
problem is he's not a funny man.
That was specific to Doohickey. Doohickey was mentioning there was a whole hubbub about him stealing a joke from Louis C.K.
I don't care.
Oh no, that wasn't to you. That was to someone else,
Okay.
Rich. That was to someone else. No,
I think,
comedy.
by definition, a good comedian needs to be funny.
So
Yeah.
they both made horrible jokes about scratching assholes, and the question is who came with it first?
Pretty much. I think the real thing is, comedy is art, and art is subjective. And so it's all right if you don't find the jokes he tells funny, but I think he has.
Art is subjective. I mean, what am I going to do? Wait till I have diarrhea and smear it around on a canvas and with my butt? I think most people are going to agree. I mean, art might be subjective, but if almost everybody thinks it sucks,
that it certainly doesn't matter.
at least one person doesn't think it sucks, so they're not your mom.
Chat wants to know what I thought of XCOM 2. The answer to that is you should have shown up at the stream 3 hours ago.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
I'm done.
Well, you're really done.
Well, I mean, go ahead and continue. There's 2 continues.
Yeah, we should probably be done in general.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's getting a little late. And like here's how you know a stream has gone too long. We are in general talking about Dane Cook. And
that's because I don't think neither me nor Karen can comprehend the fact that you are a fan of Dane Cook.
Are you a fan of Full House as well?
No, of course not. Full House was a show that I watched as a kid, and I haven't thought about since. Besides Bob Saget is still around, I suppose.
I can imagine he is.
But no, like here's the most wonderful thing about Dane Cook is for a while he was the biggest comedian on the planet. And what's he been doing lately?
I don't care.
Buying drugs with his millions?
And by the way, nobody does. He's not doing anything. He had a shtick and he lost his shtick and now it's gone.
Well, that's like Andrew Dice Clay.
Yes. That's exactly.
Little boy blue, he needed the money. It was the only funny thing the man ever said.
Yes, he had dirty nursery rhymes. That was his shtick.
Yeah.
And it was the same with Dane Cook, where he had his performance shtick. I thought there were some good jokes in there, but that's all he had was his energetic performance shtick, and the world has lost their need for him, and so it's pointless for us to even talk about him.
Then why are we talking?
Because we're talking about him, that means that we've run out of things to talk about, and we should end the stream.
Sure, it's been almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
Good night.
So
anything we want to wrap up with here?
Here's what I'd like to say. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you to all the old subscribers. Thank you to the new subscribers. And thank you to anyone else. Thank you to future subscribers. Thank you to anyone else who's here to talk about Dane Cook.
Is that pronounced as an I or as an E? How's that pronounced again? Do you want to do the last one?
What do you mean EI?
That last subscriber.
Oh, thank you, Riza Pizza. Riza Pizza.
Riza Pizza.
For subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Riza Pizza.
We do. We really appreciate it. Can we cut the stream now?
Thank you to all and sundry.